Hey everyone, it's me, just out here taking a little break from Las Vegas. And today for AutoNet TV, I'm actually interviewing people to find out what they know about their cars. So have you ever had your brakes break?
No.
No, that'd be awful.
No.
Nope.
All right, how often should you change your brake fluid?
Every 6 months?
I'm not sure. They usually tell me when I have to do that.
When the guy at the shop says to.
Do you brake for leprechauns?
Sure.
It depends on how fast I'm going.
How can you tell if there's a problem with your brakes?
A squeaky?
Yeah, squeaking or grinding.
Squeaking.
I think they make a squeeze, like a noise, and then I think they don't stop you as well.
Good brakes are obviously very important. I mean, if you've ever had your brakes go out while you're driving, you know how terrifying that can be. Today, I want to focus on how to tell when you have a brake problem and how to make good repair choices. You know, often the first indication that something's wrong with the brakes is an unusual sound. It could be a squeal, a chatter, or a grinding noise. Some brake pads have a little piece of metal embedded in them that will make a squeal or a chirping sound when the brake pads have been worn down to the point that they need to be replaced. This is an early warning indicator. When you hear that sound, schedule an appointment soon. Now, a chattering sound is a lot more urgent because that usually indicates that something's loose. It could be a brake pad or even the brake calipers. And if one of those parts falls off, you could have some serious trouble stopping the vehicle. Personally, I would park it until I could get it into the shop. A grinding noise usually means that the brake pad is completely worn away and the metal parts of the brake are rubbing directly on the metal brake rotor. That means the rotor is being damaged and will need some work. We'll have more on that in just a minute. Here's another warning sign. Your brake pedal may feel soft and spongy, or it could even feel very hard to push in. Either one of those signs could mean trouble. And of course, you may get that little dashboard brake warning light. Now, when it comes time to replace your brake pads, you have a choice to make. You can get the same pads that came standard on your vehicle, and you can expect the same performance and durability with the pads that came on the car from the factory. You can also get a budget brake pad. Sometimes drivers insist on lower cost pads. Now, that's okay if your budget demands it, but you really need to be aware of the trade-offs. Those lower grade pads are usually noisier, so you'll have to live with more noise when you apply the brakes. And they also tend to generate a lot more brake dust, you know, that black dust that accumulates on your wheels. And then they probably won't last as long either. So in my opinion, that's a whole lot of compromise for just a few dollars in savings. You can also choose to buy premium brake pads. Now, these perform at higher specifications than the factory pads, and you can expect quieter operation, less brake dust, and even better stopping power. Now, let's get back to those rotors. The rotors are the discs that the brake pads clamp down on to stop the vehicle. If you've ever been driving with completely worn brake pads, you scratch grooves into the rotors. If the grooves aren't too deep, the rotor can be resurfaced. A thin layer of metal is cut off the surface of the rotor to make it smooth again. Now, if those grooves are too deep, or if the rotor's already been resurfaced, there may not be enough material to resurface again and still have a rotor that's thick enough to safely stop the vehicle. In that case, the rotor will have to be replaced. Here's something that's often overlooked: the brake fluid. Your manufacturer has a recommended schedule for removing the old brake fluid, cleaning the system, and refilling it with fresh brake fluid. This is really important to brake performance. So here's the bottom line. If you suspect, inspect. If you notice any of these warning signs, have your brakes inspected. Your advisor can help you make the repair decision that's right for you. And the next time you have a brake, stop by AutoNetTV.com for more helpful videos.